October 1st starts our first official week. So we've only had now a full week and starting our second week to really get going 100%. Our first tournament is 14 days after the official start of season, so it's go time. I think the one thing that's different this year is their spirits are a lot higher. They're always excited to get the season going, but they came in being like, when are we going? When's our first tournament? So many days to our first tournament. My 2 freshmen that I have coming in out of the 3, they've now signed a year ago in November. So they've been waiting for this day from a year ago. My other one signed in April, which is still pretty early, but the other 2, they've jumped right in, and they've been counting down the days since before Christmas of last year. So they're ready, they're prepared, they're excited, and they've been bowling all summer. One of the biggest things, I think, is the consistency that we had. Last year we started out really, really strong. We finished first or second in the first tournaments that we had. We won a big tournament at the FDU, and it kind of tapered from there. So I think the consistency that we're going to bring, understanding that one match doesn't make us. We can lose a game. It's okay. I don't want them to be perfect, but our goods need to be still okay. We still need to be able to compete. Luckily, during the first couple tournaments that we do hit some of the NEC teams, so we will see them on the lanes, whether we're bowling beside them or actually against them in a tournament. But at the Whitewater tournament and the Maryland Eastern Shore tournament, we actually hit teams that are ranked higher than any of the teams that we have in our conference. So it's a lot of pressure, I guess you could say. It's if you beat them, you should feel more confident walking into the teams that you're going to have in the NEC. The NEC, 6 teams make it, and the top 2 get byes. So always that's a great thing, but unfortunately we have to have 2 matches before we get to the conference championships. So we're always looking to get that bye. What it does is it lets us see the lanes and it lets us see our competition, plus it eliminates some teams before we even get on the lanes. I always look to them. I'm always asking them questions. Am I making it clear? Am I just assuming, say the underclassmen, am I assuming something that, you guys know me, so am I not making sense here? But they've really just helped fill that, what I think might be a void, just answer the questions and fill up. They know what I expect, and they know what the expectations of the team are, and kind of where we want to take the program. So. All of them were super excited to come into the city. Most have been here before, so they kind of knew what to expect as far as, not for just their visits, but just in general. They love it. They love the atmosphere. They love being out there. As far as bowling-wise and school-wise, they were thrown into it quick. It seems like a while since they've started, but I can count hours, and it seems like it's flown by. Sometimes I do practice with them. There's a couple reasons. One is we like to, I guess you could say, like a scrimmage, some sort of competition. We pick out of a hat, who's on whose team and who's gonna, I actually do it with them, who is going to be the team captain that day, so who makes the lineups and stuff. So they get to step in my shoes while I'm stepping in their shoes, which is, I think, something that they're like, wow, this is hard. I'm like, yeah, it is hard. But I want them to see that I'm human too. I get it. I'm on this side and I'm not doing it. So it's easier for me to tell you sometimes, but also, vice versa. I think my number one thing would be, don't get upset. There's so much more than this. Like, this is what we're here for, but this is gonna teach you more in life than you'll ever realize. Getting upset of one ball or, one shot that you made, it shouldn't harm you forever. You have seconds to get over it because you have to make another one, seconds later. Your teammates are always watching you, which they're gonna watch your good and they're gonna watch your bad. And somebody's gonna take from both of them. So that's always important to remember.